And if you don't believe that you aren't being made a slave, the key word less than 7 days ago from the black lady on the podium, the stand in for Biden's real press secretary, the assistant press secretary, the stand in, said the word is compliance. Just like you were watching Sesame Street. People are to get into compliance. Hey, slave, comply or die, slave. That's what they're telling you. So if you don't believe they ain't trying to make you into a fucking slave more than you already are, because you're already a slave to the man, now you're going to be slave to the government. Just like Mao wanted his people to be, which he made them. And if they go against him, they become slaves in the internment camps, and fucking die there in internment camps, working their asses off for nothing and dying, barely kept alive with bullshit, gruel, things like that. Don't comply, you die. That's what they're trying to tell you right now. We want you in compliance, people. You can't have your job if you don't comply. You can't have your food unless you comply. We want compliance out of you. We want compliance. She said it not once, but 4 separate times in one questioning. If that don't scare you and open your eyes, Antifa, or anybody who believes in Antifa, that they're trying to make you a slave just as quick as they are anybody else, then you a dumb, dumb motherfucker. That's all I can say. One dumb motherfucker. Hey, you need to fucking wake up. Because if you don't comply, you're going to go to jail. If you don't comply, you won't have a job because they shut down the job you had. If you don't comply, you die because they take your food away. They take your ability to have money to go buy food. They take away your ability to do whatever for food. And believe me, 99% of you dumb fucks don't know how to live off the fucking land. So good luck once they take that away from you. Comply or die. That's what they're saying right now. We don't give a fuck that you're looking at probably $10 to $15 a gallon gas by the beginning of next year. They don't care. You got to comply or die. They don't care about you for nothing. They'd have food coming in. Food prices wouldn't be skyrocketing. Gas prices wouldn't be skyrocketing. We'd have our jobs back without an idiot moron trying to tell us what to do or comply or die. We wouldn't have inflation that's going out of this world. It's the highest it's been in 30 years and growing. It's going to probably surpass the 30-year mark, 30-year threshold mark. We're looking at the possibility of inflation being as high as in 1920s during the Depression. The Great Depression. If you look at what you got overall as a raise, you lost money. And look what you're going to get overall as a raise when the federal uh, living wage cost goes up and you got to They got to pay more for minimum wage. Well, I hate to tell you, I've seen it go from $3.25 on up to $10. $7.50, excuse me, $7.50 for a federal mandate, our federal across the board minimum wage. Every time prices go up, inflation goes up. Stores ain't going to lose their profit, people. So if they're going to have to pay their workers more, guess who gets to pay for it? Them same workers or the same people that rely on that food. They're going to pay the price. You put taxes on a store. Well, let's remember when they started taxing big businesses here in the United States back during Clinton's time. Clinton put some major taxes on some big businesses. Walmart upped all their prices. Frickin' Winn-Dixie, which that's a big food chain down in food store chain down in the South. They all started hiking up their prices because they weren't going to lose their fucking money that they're making. And that's your stupid way of thinking. Oh, tax the rich, tax the whatever. Well, they're still not. Them rich people ain't going to lose no fucking money. They're going to find a way to get it. And if that means out of your fucking pocket, guess what? That means it's out of your pocket. They don't care about you. Pay your fair share. Guess what? Yeah, they're going to pay their fair share. Guess what? We're going to pay our fair share too, just to put it back into their fucking pockets where they paid their fair share. Don't take a rocket scientist. You antifa dumb sons of bitches. Use a fucking brain cell. Let it spark. You might learn something. And those people who follow them, use a brain cell. Let it spark. But you ain't. Your brain cells have done been fried by something. Probably too much goddamn drugs or something. I don't know. But you need to wake up. And you need to get your brain cells on fried. Because that ain't the way to be. When you're attacking people that want their God-given rights given to them. Let's see them say you can't be a fucking Black Baptist. Or you can't be a fucking Hindu. Or you can't be a whatever in this state. Because they're telling them they can't be Christians. And they can't have Christian beliefs, saying that they don't need to take that goddamn shot. And believe me, from what I read in the Hindu religion, and a lot of them Middle Eastern religions you all claim to be part of and know nothing about, they wouldn't have it either. Because of the injecting human into their body, which your God says is wrong. To not consume or ingest or put anything human in your body other than to have sex. States that in the Quran. States that also in the Bible. That's why you couldn't eat swine. You're not supposed to eat swine. Because God turned them into human. And they are impure. That's what it says in the Bible. Wow. But y'all didn't know that. So it is a religious belief, and for many it's a deep-seated religious belief, not to inject human, no matter what it is, into their body. But let's see them say you can't be a Black Baptist or a Southern Baptist. Let's see them say you can't have your Hindu in your Hindu mosque and shit like that, and see how quick you all have a fucking fit. See, that's one of the rights being trampled on. God given rights being trampled on. Another God given right that you're trying to trample on yourselves is to stop their First Amendment rights of free speech, which you preach you want all the time. Oh, I want it. I want it. I want to say, fuck this damn shit, poop barn, fuck you, fuck the world, fuck this, fuck that. That's what you say. And then you try to tell them they can't have their right to say we want our religious beliefs. You're trying to stop them from that. See, the Constitution don't just, you can't have, when it comes to Constitution, you cannot have your cake and eat it too, people. That Constitution covers every fucking body. Everybody. So if you want to be a communist and think them communists you have on your flags, you all waving Russian flags, is right to go there. People who want real peace, people who want fucking real freedoms, people who don't want to be under a communistic party, don't want you here. Believe me, they will welcome you with open arms in Russia. They'll welcome you with open arms in North Korea. They'll welcome you with open arms in China. But I can almost guarantee as soon as they find out you speak American, English, you're going to an internment camp in each and every one of those three countries. I ain't saying I'm not advocating for internment camps here. No, I'm not. Because that's against your freedoms and your rights. But I am advocating if you don't like it here and you don't want to give everybody else the same rights you're asking and begging for, then you can go ahead and leave. Especially when you try to silence them. That's wrong. And it's against the Constitution. As you whine, moan, complain, and cry about every time a cop tries to fucking take your First Amendment right away. Your right to your freedom of speech, your right to do whatever. They have the same motherfucking right. If you like it or don't, get over yourselves. Grow the fuck up and use a brain cell and let it spark. Get rid of the fucking whatever you're using. Get high tonight. And fucking wake up and see what you need to do to make this right. And that is to be for both sides, not just one. And that also includes that boy that's going through a trial right now for murder. His Second Amendment right gave him the right to do what he did. He also was in fear of his life. Guy just hit him in the back of the head with a skateboard, not once but twice. Another guy comes at him with a gun. Another one comes at him in a threatening way while he's on the ground. Huh. That's why he's not getting charged with murder now, by the way. Because you have the right to protect your life. The right to protect your life by the Constitution. Not because he's white. I would say the same thing about any black man, and I have. A couple of times. Saying that black folk had the right to defend their life. As a matter of fact, George Floyd should have got up out from under that, if he could have got out from under that man's boot and whooped his goddamn ass. He had the right to defend his life. Unfortunately, he couldn't. Rodney King had the right to defend his life against them cops. And I think he got the bad end of a deal there. And so did California. Damn right. But I'll say the same thing about any Hindu. I'll say that about any Native. I'll say that about any fucking white or any black. But that's looking straight down the middle of the road. I ain't leaning left, I ain't leaning right there. Y'all need to start doing the goddamn same. I'm out.